What's up, fellow UFC fans? As you guys know, there's just some fighters in the roster that need to retire. Today we'll be going through them. Some of these are popular opinion, some of these are not popular opinion. So feel free to roast me in the comments. Some of these are kind of crazy, but let's go through them. Okay, Anthony Smith. This is popular opinion, sorry. Anthony, you're barely winning any fights. The fights that you're winning are against people ranked below you. For example, Ryan Spann, you beat him with a split decision. On your right, you can see Anthony's ballooned up eye. It was fucked up. The fight was close. Anthony won the fight, but he's just taking too much damage. You just saw his short notice fight against Khalil Roundtree, got knocked out. He also got knocked out by many others like Ankalaev, who's fighting this weekend, by the way. This guy does not have a road to the title. I don't know what he's waiting for. He's not that old. He's 35, but he has been in the UFC for a long time. Anthony, I'm sorry. I'm a big fan of your podcast. I just don't think you're good enough. I mean, you saw against Span, he was struggling. Um, yeah, I'm sorry, Anthony. Let's go to the next fighter. Chris Weidman. Even Dana said after his most recent loss against Brad Tavares that he would like to see Chris retire. And I agree with Uncle Dana. I mean, you guys can see on the screen the crazy foot injury. He broke his leg. And I'm pretty sure after the Tavares fight, he also had problems in the leg since Tavares kicked the fuck out of him. Uh, I think he can't get away from this injury. It's taken over him. He has said numerous times that he's still not 100% and that he's never going to get 100% from a leg break. And to be honest, he's taking a lot of damage. Let's go back. He got knocked out by Rockhold. He got knocked out by Romero. He got knocked out by Musashi. He got knocked out by Jacare. And then he got knocked out by Dominic Reyes, and that was before breaking his leg. I think it was 13 seconds in, 15 seconds in the fight with Uriah Hall. But before that, he had 3 title defenses. He beat Silva twice. I mean, he has nothing else to prove. He's a really good champion, one of the best champions in middleweight division history, if I may say. He's got 3 defenses, like I said. He's 39. He is booked to fight against Bruno Silva, who's not bad. So I think Bruno Silva's gonna finish Chris Weidman by TKO. He's gonna chop his legs and then finish him upstairs. So Chris, please retire. Yeah, it's crazy. Now, next fighter on the list is Stipe. Okay, let me just tell you some fun facts about Stipe. He hasn't fought since 2021, and now we're in 2024. That was 3 years ago. And he has not won a fight since 2020, and that was against DC. So he hasn't fought since 2021, and that was when he got knocked out cold by a jab from Francis Ngannou. That was a crazy knockout. That was a really bad knockout. You guys can see on the screen. He got folded basically, and I don't know why he was supposed to fight John Jones, and he's still supposed to fight John Jones, but John Jones got injured, so I think they're gonna fight July supposedly. But this guy is way too old. He's 42, I think. I may be wrong, 40, 42. And let's be honest, we saw him walking inside the stadium recently. I think it was for UFC. Yeah, it was for UFC 25. He walked in like he looked like an 80-year-old man. Okay? He has no chance of beating John Jones. Are you kidding me? and he can't even beat Tom Aspinall. To be honest, they're both way too good. I think this guy should step away and leave his incredible career at this. I mean, he is arguably the heavyweight goat. So why go and fight Jones, Jones, sorry, and get submitted or knocked out, or against Aspinall and get knocked out in 20 seconds by Aspinall? There's no, and he's holding up the division. Well, not exactly, but he is holding up the title, because Aspinall's gonna have to defend his interim belt, which I don't agree with. It's not very, like, I'm not a fan of defending the interim belt just to get knocked out by John Jones. It's not a good plan. I don't know. Honestly, I honestly don't know why the UFC is doing this. I mean, Aspinall is claiming for, like, he's asking for the title on Twitter. He is saying some very true stuff about John Jones. I mean, essentially Jones is looking for an easy paycheck against Stipe and then retire. He doesn't want to fight Aspinall because Aspinall's a threat. So Stipe, retire. Please retire. Okay? Not the fake retirement shit that fighters do these days. And then they come back. Retire and let Aspinall fight John Jones. Next. Okay. Hear me out, guys. I love Wonder Boy. He's one of my favorite fighters. Okay? But he just keeps on getting dominated on the ground or submitted. Like 3 weekends ago, he got submitted by Shafkat. Before that, he beat Kevin Holland, crazy fight. But before that, he lost twice against, it was Gilbert Burns and Muhammad. They basically just held him down. In my opinion, Stephen Wonderboy Thompson still has it. Okay? He still has it. But I think he should retire because his ground game is not there, guys. And he's 40. He's 40, guys. He will never get to the title, especially with a crazy talent that's coming up. I think maybe he should fight once more, and from there decide. I think a good fight would be him against JDM, maybe, if JDM loses against Burns. There's many good matchups, but there's even more bad matchups for Wonder Boy. And also, he's inactive, okay? I'm sorry, but this is factual. He has fought 3 times in the last 3 years. He's fought once in 23, once in 22, and once in 2021. Okay? I don't like that. And that's probably because of his age. I know he was supposed to fight Michel Pereira. I think it was UFC 292 in Salt Lake City. Pereira missed weight, so Wonderboy had to pull out. That's not his fault, but that's still 3 fights in 3 years. So, guys, again, I love Wonderboy. I love him. Okay, he has a very good YouTube channel. He has very good skills. He still has it. But why fight 3, 4 more years to win one and lose two, right? That's my thought process. But let me know. Let me know. And then lastly, Tony, please. Tony, please retire, bro. Come on. I mean, this is talked about way too much, okay? Like, he got beat by Gaethje, by Oliveira, by Dariush. He got beat by Michael Chandler. He got submitted by Nate Diaz, who is 50, essentially. He got choked unconscious by Bobby Green, okay? And he got beat by Patty the Fatty. And to be honest, every every performance is getting worse. His against Nate Diaz was bad, as and against Bobby Green it was bad. Although there was some flashbacks of old Tony, but he got finished and he was badly hurt. And against Patty, he looked terrible, guys. I'm telling you, I remember clearly the fight because it was 3 weeks ago, but oh my gosh, I'm trying to forget it because it was a ass beating, ass beating. And people were saying, no, Tony almost, you know, Tony's almost finished Patty. No, he didn't. Patty never got close to being done. Okay, and Patty's really bad, but that's for another video. So Tony, you have to retire. I don't think he's gonna retire. Are you kidding me? No, he's gonna fight somebody. UFC 300 maybe after, maybe May. And then the UFC is gonna make him retire. Dana White has said numerous times that Tony should retire. Why don't they just cut him? I mean, I do get that it's disrespectful. But Dana, just cut him, Uncle Dana. And lastly, doesn't Tony Ferguson look like a penguin? Let me guys know. Yeah. Let me guys know in the comments what you guys think about this. I think Tony looks like a penguin and should retire. I think Wonder Boy should also retire soon. And the rest of them should retire now. Tomorrow. Today. Okay? So let me guys know.